Great good morning to all. I Sumit Kumar Singh welcome all of you in Magatputra DREAM-IAS YouTube channel. My dear friends, today in this video we are going to discuss the UPSC Civil Services 2017 General Studies Paper 4. GS Paper 4 UPSC Civil Services Men's Examination Question Paper. So let us start. The purpose of this reading is to know or to evaluate the pattern of asking question by the UPSC, or by reading or recalling or revising this question paper you will develop a new insight, so that you are able to make the plan, you are able to make a strategy for your own preparation. This type of question asked by the UPSC. By knowing this, by knowing the pattern of the question, you will able to practice the answer writing in the proper way. So let us start. Question paper specific instructions. We are reading question paper or General Studies paper 4. You can say that ethics paper. It is also known as ethics paper. Maximum marks 250 and time allowed 3 hours. So first we will read question paper specific instructions. Please read each of the following instructions carefully before attempting questions. There are 14 questions divided into 2 sections and printed both in Hindi as well as in English. All questions are compulsory. The number of marks carried by a question part is indicated against it. Answers must be written in the medium authorized in the admission certificate, which must be stated clearly on the cover of this question cum answer booklet in the space provided. No marks will be given for answers written in a medium other than the authorized one. Keep the word limit indicated in the questions in mind. Any page or portion of the page left blank in the question cum answer booklet must be clearly struck off. Now, we will look section A. Question number 1. Conflict of interest in the public sector arises when A. Official duties, B. Public interest, and C. Personal interest are taking priority one above the other. How can this conflict in administration be resolved? Describe with an example. 150 words and 10 marks. Now we will look question number 2. Examine the relevance of the following in the context of civil services. 150 words and 10 marks. A. Transparency. B. Accountability. C. Fairness and justice. D. Courage of conviction. And E. Spirit of service. Now question number 3. Young people with ethical conduct are not willing to come forward to join active politics. Suggest a step to motivate them to come forward. 150 words and 10 marks. Question number 4. One of the tests of integrity is complete refusal to be compromised. Explain with reference to real life example. 150 words and 10 marks. And 4B. Corporate social responsibility makes companies more profitable and suitable. Analyze. 150 words and 10 marks. Question number 5. Great ambition in the passion. Great ambition is the passion of a great character. These endowed with it may perform very good or very bad acts. All depends on the principle which direct them. Napoleon Bonaparte. Stating examples, mention the rulers who have harmed society and country. Second, who work for the development of society and country. 150 words, 10 marks. And B. If a country is to be corruption free and become a nation of beautiful minds, I strongly feel there are 3 key societal members who can make a difference. They are the fathers and the mothers and the teachers. APJ Abdul Kalam. Analyze. 150 words, 10 marks. Now question number 6. A. How will you apply emotional intelligence in administrative practices? 150 words, 10 marks. B. Strength, peace and security are considered to be the pillars of international relations. Elucidate. 150 words, 10 marks. Question number 7. A. The crisis of ethical values in modern times is traced to a narrow perception of the good life. Discuss. 150 words and 10 marks. 7b. Increased national wealth did not result in equitable distribution of its benefits. It has created only some enclaves of modernity and prosperity for a small minority at the cost of the majority. Justify. 150 words and 10 marks. Question number 8. 8a. Discipline generally implies following the order and the subordination. However, it may be counterproductive for the organization. Discuss. 150 words and 10 marks. Now, we will look 8b. Without commonly shared and widely entrenched moral values and obligations, neither the law nor democratic government nor even the market economy will function properly. What do you understand by this statement? Explained with illustrations in the contemporary times. 150 words and 10 marks. Now, we will read the question number, section B, question number 9. You are an honest and responsible civil servant. You often observe following. A. There is a general perception that adhering to ethical conduct, one may face difficulties to oneself and cause problems for the family, whereas unfair practices may help to reach the career goals. B. When the numbers of people adopting unfair means is large, a small minority have a penchant towards ethical means makes no difference. C. Sticking to ethical means is determinantal to the larger developmental goals. And D. While one may not involve oneself in large unethical practices, but giving and accepting small gifts makes the system more efficient. Examine the above statements with their merits and demerits. 250 words and 20 marks. Now, question number 10. You are aspiring to be an IAS officer and you have cleared various stages, and now you have been selected for the personal interview. On the day of the interview, on the way to the venue, you saw an accident where a mother and a child who happened to be your relatives were badly injured. They needed immediate help. What would you have done in such a situation? Justify your action. 250 words and 20 marks. Now, question number 11. You are the head of the human resources development of an organization. One day, one of the workers died on duty. His family was demanding compensation. However, the company denied compensation because it was revealed in the investigation that he was drunk at the time of the accident. The workers of the company went on to strike, demanding compensation for the family of the deceased, and the chairman of the management board had asked for your recommendations. What recommendations would you provide to the management? Discuss the merit and demerits of each of the recommendations. 250 words, 20 marks. Now, question number 12. Question number 12. You are the manager of a spare part company A and you have to negotiate a deal with the manager of a large manufacturing company B. The deal is highly competitive and stealing the deal is critical for your company. The deal is being worked out over a dinner. After dinner, the manager of manufacturing company B offered to drop you to the hotel in his car. On the way to the hotel, he happens to hit a motorcycle, injuring the motorcyclist badly. You know the manager was driving fast and thus lost control. The law enforcement officer come to investigate the issues and you are the sole eyewitness to it. Knowing the strict law pertaining to road accident, you are aware that your honest account of the incident would lead to the prosecutions of the manager, and as a consequence, the deal is likely to be jeopardized, which is of immense importance to your company. what is the dilemmas you face, and what will be your response to the situation. 250 words and 20 marks. Now question number 13. A building permitted for 3 floors while being extended illegally to a 6th floor by a builder collapses. As a consequence, a number of innocent laborers, including women and children, died. These laborers are migrants of different places. The government immediately announced cash relief to the aggrieved families and arrested the builder. Give reasons for such incident taking place across the country. Suggest measures to prevent their occurrence. 250 words and 20 marks. Now question number 14. You are a public information officer in a government department. You are aware that the RTI Act 2005 envisages transparency and accountability in the administration. The Act had functioned as a check on the supposedly arbitrarily administrative behavior and actions. However, as a PIO, you have observed that there are citizens who file RTI applications not for themselves, but on the behalf of such stakeholders who particularly want to have access to information to further their own interest. At the same time, there are those RTI activists who routinely file RTI applications and attempt to extort money from the decision makers. This type of RTI activism has affected the functioning of the administrations adversely and also possibly jeopardizes the genuineness of the applications, which are essentially aimed at getting justice. What measures would you suggest to separate genuine and non-genuine applications? Give a merit and demerits of your suggestion. 250 words. So that's all. Today in this video, we will look at the General Studies Paper 4 of UPSC Civil Services Mains Examination. All the questions, there were total 14 questions of 2017 years in the series of knowing the previous year questions. So that's all. Thank you. Have a great day.